watching the stream live on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it counts as a view,
Fucking
right?
right.
Right.
We're live. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm uh,
Hey,
I'm
every
not
view
saying
counts, man.
I'm not saying I'm a marketing genius, but there we go. Far Cry. I got an advert for Far Cry.
Ugh. Ugh. They're gonna change how they do pre-rolls, I think, soon. Which is nice
Yeah.
because every time we get rated, people get an advertisement, and the only way to avoid that
Right.
is for us because we're
Just
we're affiliate, not partner. Because partners, you can play an ad every hour, but affiliate, we
right,
would have
right,
to play it like every 35 minutes or something absolutely horrendous. And I'm not
right.
I'm not subjecting people to 7 minutes of ads every hour. That's just no good. Like
7 minutes.
well, because it would be every 30, 35 minutes, a 3-minute ad roll, right? Like at least. So
Right.
just so when we get rated, people don't see ads, which is just heinous. I don't want to do that to people that are here every day, just so we can maybe get one or two people from a raid, you know?
I want them to be watching all of the ads. I reckon we should
Yeah.
have an ad playing every 6 minutes.
Yeah. Well, what we
So
could
every
do,
6 minutes we'll have a 10-minute ad. Because
well,
that'll mean
yeah.
way less work for us and more
Yeah.
ad revenue.
I actually didn't
Told
think
you,
of it that way.
marketing genius, but that's me.
No, I like this. This is and it's getting me in the mindset for today as well because I think that's a
Learning the
brilliant
fast
move.
steps. Yeah, you gotta really exploit your audience, to the absolute maximum.
Well, that's
Which
what
is
it's all
why I'm
about.
that's why I'm selling Freedom Beer.
You're selling Freedom Beer?
Freedom Beer.
That sounds good. It
Oh my God,
sounds it sounds
that whole
delicious.
controversy. Have you seen with
You
the
know what?
Bud
You know
Light?
what's brilliant about this? Yeah, with Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light and everything.
Yeah, and I think it was Matt Walsh or some
Sure.
guys were like advertising what's it called? It's called Ultra Right Beer.
Yes. Yeah, and they call it ultra or extreme right or something.
Oh, it's Ultra Right.
Jesus, they're not even hiding it anymore.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I love it, by
mean,
the way. I love that attitude.
oh yeah. Because that's the thing. If you can scam these assholes and carry on.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes them assholes as well.
Yeah.
But but I think they were saying now I don't know what this converts to. They were saying it was like $3.50 a can, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how big these cans are either. I don't know, how many milliliters or.
It'll be your classic 355s.
What?
Yeah. Like a little can of pop. For you guys, you call it little because you have bigger cans over there.
Yeah.
You have bigger cans, smaller cases. Like you guys aren't rolling on many 15 packs over there, are you?
Oh, boxes. Yeah, they do 12s, 15s, 18s, 20 plus
24, right?
boxes.
Yeah.
You can buy actual slabs. So when they
Oh,
they
yes.
they come into the shop or whatever, and they come on those little pallets.
Yeah.
And it's got 50 cans in it or whatever that they would normally put up on a shelf. You can just buy those. Hey, mate, the British are famous for our over drinking, mate.
Yeah, well, Canadians are no slugs either. We that's why I say there's less tall cans, more cases. Like you go in and if you're buying a sixer, come on, what are you doing? Are you going to work? What's happening there? People are, they generally are buying cases of beer. More cases. I worked at a liquor store for a while. More cases are being sold than small amounts.
Where again, 8 cans over here, I can get pint cans. That's what I'm normally drinking.
Yeah.
So that's 8 pints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
nice. And that's sort of ample. That's sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, you gotta think smart. You see, you just make your cans bigger, then you can buy fewer of them.
And I like that idea. That's real grind set material.
Mm.
You know, that's high level Sigma brain.
Alpha brain.
Wait, if you wanna if you wanna go that route.
Wait, aren't Sigmas bitches? I'm total. Oh, Sigma are above Alpha, are they? I'm way out of date.
Yeah, Sigma is the new Alpha. So Sigma is that like
Right.
that big brain where Alpha's, you know, still out there. Alpha dogs bark up, but Sigma mindset is the overarching, you know. That's the new meta. I gotta. Sorry, I gotta let my dog out. He's being super annoying. Give me 2 seconds.
No, not allowed. You gotta stay forever. He's gone. Never listens to me. This is what I get for investing in Tesla. Ooh, awkward silence. How long does it take a guy to let his dog out? Jesus Christ, why is he letting his dog out of fucking prison? Oh, here he comes. Bloody hell. I was just whinging about you, mate.
Oh no, what'd I do this time?
I was like, where were you fucking letting your dog out of? Fucking prison. That took ages.
Well, what do you mean took it? I walked down the hall. That was less than 30 seconds.
That was the longest, most uncomfortable silence of my life.
Well, it's a good thing there's music on in the background, and you could have just enjoyed.
Well, I can't actually hear the music.
God damn it.
Because you're not feeding that through my ears.
It used to, man, when we first started doing this like a year and a half, 2 years ago, everything I would play on my PC would come through Discord. And now nothing I play on the PC comes through Discord unless I'm sharing a screen. What are you going to do, you know?
I blame Elon Musk.
I do that as well. But I do. He just works so hard.
He does. He grinds it out. He's thinking in 4-dimensional chess.
Yeah.
Maybe even 5-dimensional chess.
Probably.
You know. He's gonna be the first person who finally evolves into a being of pure light. He's gonna be the first one.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
He's just gonna be an oscillating pillar of light.
When you
called the Elon.
Oh.
I am the Elon.
Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
Behold my wondrous visage.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, I might have to animate that.
Oh my, that would be nice. That'd be real nice.
Can you? I know it's right at the beginning, but can you take a note of the timestamp about now?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do today? Hopefully it works.
What are you gonna do?
Let me see, because I restarted the computer on purpose, so this might work.
Right.
The creator dashboard sometimes lets me put a marker. I'm gonna click it, add marker. Son of a bitch, it worked. It's gonna be a good podcast. God. I'm gonna be adding.
This is a brave new world.
It works today. We're gonna be adding markers all over the place. As shit, did it break? Let me try
Did
one
you
more.
break it?
It works. No, I'm not gonna F with it anymore. It's working, and it never works. Perfect.
All right.
That's nice.
My God.
I gotta let the dog in, and then let's go live and
Let
educate
the
people.
dog in.
You
You just let the dog out.
Yeah, he's got to come back in. He's screaming.
Now you've got an indecisive dog, pal.
Oh, mate. He takes after me.
See, he's gone again. This is a long, uncomfortable silence. Ben, I'm so lost without you. What do I say? Oh no, there's music playing, isn't it? If I turn the volume up on my TV. There is music. Oh, that's nice. Oh my God, there's a brave new world.
Woo.
Shut up, Ben. I'm
Woo.
listening to the music. I turned the volume up on my TV so I could listen to the music.
It's nice, isn't it?
Well, it was only an uncomfortable silence for me. It was just a really long silence with nothing happened.
That's all right.
Everybody else gets sound except for me.
Well,
just Kafka-esque.
We're working on it. We don't have the funds. We don't have the funds.
I can't work under these conditions, Ben.
Dog, we get less funding than PBS.
We need a Jamie.
Oh my God, we fucking need a Jamie. Let's go live. Let's get this going. Everyone. Woo! Woo!
Yippee!
Yeah, boy! Guys, welcome into the Bens and the Bees podcast number 7.
Yes. Oh my God, there's a question mark happening in some time.
Oh yeah, in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. If you guys are in chat and want to catch some Pokemon, keep your eye on that question mark.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always wondered and I've never asked. I was too scared to ask.
If you type !PokeStart in chat, you begin your journey as a Pokemon trainer. And if you talk in chat every 10 minutes, you get points to be able to buy other Pokeballs, catch other Pokemon, and you can battle with other trainers around Twitch. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think I've caught something in the Pokemons on there.
Yeah.
Sunny Starblast just subscribed.
Sonny, thank you so much, my friend. Oh my God, 28 months. Wow. 28 months, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. Welcome in. How are you today?
I'm not even subscribed, and I'm on here.
Hey, we're running at a deficit right now. We're running at a deficit. We're working on it. We're working on getting funds. But B, how are you doing, mate? How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. I've been grinding it out, hustling, making the fat stacks.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Which is what we're talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
Is the motivation to be the best you, to strive for perfection, and ignore all of those other weak pussies out there that are standing in your way.
Yeah, and it is the weak pussies that often are standing in grindset mindset ways, you know, and people with the motivation, people with the drive,
As an absolute powerhouse of a man, I will only accept the toughest of pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I want me a strong pussy.
Yeah.
No, none of this weak shit.
No, and here's the thing. Before we go on, because I feel like that word's going to be said a lot today, let me be very specific. When I call someone a pussy, especially today, because that's what we are talking about. Grind set mindset. We're talking about motivational speakers and people and things that can motivate you. And so obviously it goes hand in hand with the word pussy. Just a disclaimer. Obviously we are talking about the very mild pussy cat, the animal, a little kitten. So if you're thinking it's some kind of misogynistic or other kind of thing, it's not sexual in any way. It's definitely speaking
Not at all.
and referring to the small furry kitten who
Yes.
honestly can't do shit in the real world and can't. Have you ever seen a kitten pour concrete?
Exactly. Now, strong kittens, yes, and I just want to add on to what you're saying there, because I don't want to be misinterpreted whenever I'm talking about pussy in this. I'm talking about a small cat's vagina. So yeah, like there's nothing sexual to do with it at all, but I demand strong pussy,
Don't we all?
muscular, like a leopard's vagina.
Speaking of Musk, let's talk about
Right.
these grinders and these grind set mindset people, because I think in this day and age, in order to fight back against cowardly mentality of the lazy kind of proletariat, you need to have
They're so fucking lazy.
so lazy. You need
So
to have someone successful, someone that's done it already to look up to. And Elon Musk is such a great figure, I think, for grinders, for minders, and for anyone that really wants to work hard and succeed.
Yeah, and built himself up from nothing.
Of course.
I mean, he was born an orphan.
Yeah.
Didn't have any parents when he was born.
He was actually born. They dropped him in a mud puddle. Yeah, like it was just a dirty old mud puddle. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, they say he never had any parents. That he just sort of congealed from the mud puddle. That he just sort of emerged out of it fully formed. And named himself. So yeah, he was born with nothing, and just through sheer effort of will, intellect, and a small investment of several $100,000 from his father's business interests.
Yeah, I think he was able.
He was able to just from nothing build himself up to the man he is now, and it's something we can all aspire to.
Yeah, really, really amazing stuff. There's a lot of guys out there. We have the Musks, we have the Rogans, we have, of course, our big boy Top G, Mr. Tater Tot, who's recently grinded his way out of prison.
He literally, through sheer force of will and several failed legal attempts and appeals, just sheer force of will, got himself out of prison. And the thing I think I respect about Tatey Tots.
Yeah, big Tater, top G Tot.
Top Taties.
Yep.
So my favorite thing about him is how genuine that guy is, right? Because whenever he's on camera, you're just seeing the real Tate. There's no pretense. There's no it's not performative at all.
No.
It doesn't give you the impression of a 14-year-old boy looking in the mirror trying to do, tough guy poses.
Yep.
It's just very genuine, very real, very heartfelt. And the guy is giving you really, really good advice consistently.
Yeah.
No, I really respect him because he's such a genuine and non-performative person.
Do you think, as far as like grind set mindset kind of mentality goes, who do you think would be? And let's get into kind of some routines and stuff after we kind of talk about the big players, but.
Mhm.
Who do you think is the biggest? Is it the top G? Is the top G when it comes to grind set mindset kind of guys? Is there someone else that kind of is at the top of your mind that you look up to when you want to be out there grinding 24/7, 365?
Well, as red, white, and blue-blooded Americans as we both are,
Yep.
I think proper grind set mindset, you've got to go back to the original God, man. The white Christian God.
Well, is
old
there
man
any?
here.
Really? Is there any other?
Uh,
Is there any God that encourages the 24/7, 365 grind set mindset? Like the white
exactly.
Christian Anglo God.
I mean, we say Judeo-Christian values, but really, we don't really want the Judeo bit.
No, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's like the silent Judeo, and then uppercase Christian,
Christian.
right?
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, this is a man, right, who in fucking in a day, there was nothing, right? There was
Mhm.
nothing, and then
Mhm.
there was all this light,
Oh, yeah. Day
right?
1, dog. That's day
Day
1.
fucking one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He only was this separated the heavens from the earth, or created the sun and the stars on the fourth day. So most of it, even though there was loads of light, most of it he did in the dark anyway,
Yeah. And
right?
some people say, and I agree with this, God does
Mhm.
his best work in the dark.
He does. In all fairness, I think he created the land and the sky and the animals, I think,
Yeah.
in the dark, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
24/7, well, 24/6, because on the seventh day he did rest, but in all fairness, he did spend the previous 6 days creating everything.
Sure. And
Dude worked for it. He's allowed to enjoy his retirement, and I'm glad he hasn't got involved with anything ever since.
well, and here's I I love it. I love it, and I'm not gonna take away that he's one of the top grinders, and I respect that he's your top grinder. Um,
I
also,
mean, sorry.
I do want to say also though, because the guys out there, you're right, he's grinding it 6 days a week. He literally made 7 days. He made an extra day so he could rest, and now that's where he loses me.
You reckon?
God's got me everywhere else. I'm loving the Bible. Give me some King Jamesy. I'm gonna munch that bad boy up. Give me the King James version. Old
Nom, nom, nom,
Testament.
nom. Yeah.
Let's go. But when you go back far enough and you get to that seventh day, that's where you lose me. And that's where, my
Nom, nom,
man,
nom,
I'm
nom,
telling
nom,
you,
nom.
that's where the top G comes in. You think top G's
Ben,
out here? You think top G's out here taking a
Ben,
day off? You think top
Ben,
G
Ben,
is even
Ben,
he doesn't need to rest.
Ben, oh Ben, oh
He
Ben,
doesn't
Benny,
need to
Ben,
rest.
Ben.
And that's why
I
God's my number 2.
see. You're not thinking four-dimensionally,
Drop it on me.
right?
Lay it on me. Because I want God to be my number 1. I just don't think
Right.
he's
God,
got that big dick energy.
right. So every big player needs to set an adequate provision for leisure activities, right? You gotta do it, right? Because you can recharge your batteries and get back at it, because the next day you're gonna be way more creative. And not only that, he manages his time so effectively
Mm-hmm.
that he can do all of Sunday's work
Mm.
in bits Monday to Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So why doesn't
He manages his time so well.
Yeah.
Just that
Yeah.
16% better than everyone else.
Respect.
But he gives himself a day to just chill, recharge, because he is just performing that much better the rest of the week.
And I respect a hustler that knows his limitations, right? Like, or their limitations. Sorry.
They could do it. He could do it. He could work Sunday if he wanted to, but he knows the value of which is why so many of the other hustlers who are doing it constantly 24/7, 24/7 hustle, grind set mindset.
Top G's.
You burn out. You've got to have an adequate, even if it's a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But God, we're so fucking excellent on time management. Are such a key skill. Setting achievable goals throughout the day. And, his achievable goals in a day are an infinite number of goals.
Sure.
So
and that's fair. Very fair play. I just want to, the only thing I would say to you is, why doesn't, with that Sunday, get a little side hustle, get a little side hussy going? Why isn't he working? Why isn't he out there working at McDonald's on the Sunday?
I think you'll
Why isn't he utilizing every minute?
You couldn't be more wrong, right?
I'm just asking.
What do people do on a Sunday? They go to church. What's God doing? He's answering his emails. Isn't he?
So he's not really resting. He's still grinding.
Just chilling. Yeah, but he's on a beach somewhere.
But he's out there. He's got his grind set. You got me. No, I'm on. God's top G. God is top G. If he's out
on
there,
the golf course or doing go-karts, but he's answering his fucking email.
He's got his BlackBerry with him.
Yeah, So, like, again, you've got to set in the adequate provision, because emails, a bajillion emails. Like,
well, that's Let me apologize, B, to you. That's where I was going wrong here, because I didn't have that information that, you were considering, even answering emails as a leisure activity, and that's how much of a grind set mindset person you are. Is work. If it's a little less than your everyday, but still work, you're calling that leisure activities or multitasking, right? You're golfing, you're jerking off, you're answering emails, you're splooging, you're cleaning up, you're answering emails.
When you're God, you could just deal with those emails coming in. Our Father who art in heaven, can I have a roller coaster and a rocket launcher? He answers those emails, and he can do that. Like I said, if he's out fishing or scuba diving, I heard God is very into dogging. So, and you can answer
just for
email.
the people that don't know what dogging is, really quickly, could you give us a quick explanation?
Dogging is a classic British activity of finding a spot which is secluded, where various people will gather in their cars and perform sexual activities with strangers. It'll be things like, if you've got a window open and you put it, like, you flash your lights twice or whatever, it means you can just come up, stick your cock through my window and I'll suck it.
Sure.
Or like, different things mean different things. Like, I need to watch or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of watching and dogging. If my research tells me.
God, the ultimate dogger, has watched everybody have sex every single time they've had sex. He's seen it, right?
So he's not only answering emails and golfing on this Sunday. He's watching us get boned down.
He's all yo. Come on, right? You're at work, right? You're doing emails. You're doing your spreadsheets. You can have a little tab of porn open in your browser.
Who doesn't?
Right? Who doesn't? We all do it. It's fucking grind set mindset. You need that testosterone. You need that sexual power to just fucking, I gotta fuck this report in the ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I get it.
It helps.
I get that energy.
again, people criticize God for being, the ultimate dogger, but I can't fault him for it.
No, and who and who
Suck
could?
said Ayo, and I suspect that's someone I know,
It
but
definitely is.
they.
Um, so we got big grinders. So God, we got God. We got
God.
top G. Who are some other big grinders before we get into the actual grinding and minding? The actual activities, how to do this. Who are your other top G's when it comes to kind of like grind set mindset? Is there anyone that you think is an underdog in the grind set mindset world?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably you
Thank you.
as
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
Your grind set mindset mentality is under no dispute.
Oh my
But
gosh.
But yeah, it is. You work a million hours a day, and then you stream, and you're out there trying to earn fat stacks.
Yeah. I love fat stacks, by the way.
The fatter the better is what I've always said.
Yeah. I stack up greens.
Whenever I see a stack, I'm like, how fat is it? All right, that's a good stack.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are the underdog of my. You are my idol.
Mate.
This
is too kind.
I love and respect you,
and
not in a gay way, or not in a fruity way, right? I mean, I totally would.
Of course.
Right. But I mean, essentially, with us looking so similar, would it count as masturbation?
It would. It would just be masturbation. It would literally just be masturbation for sure.
There we go, and that's fine.
So first of all, thank you, B. That means a lot. I am out here grinding. I am out here minding. It's not like I take entire weeks off unannounced because of my brain needs a little sleepy time or anything.
Like,
I literally never take a break.
Sort of out of character. There was quite a lot of truth to what I was saying. Like you put in the hours.
Thank you.
You're mad. You're a mad bastard. Like this is a guy who works night shift, comes home at like fucking 7, 8 in the morning, and then streams for 4 hours or whatever, or 6 hours.
I'm out here grinding.
Bastard.
I'm out here grinding.
You are the grinder. You are the grind master.
And let me tell you, it's because I have these really healthy role models in my life. I have God, really the true top G, and then we have the top G. If we're gonna have humans and Jesus Christ isn't on this earth, it's got to be Andrew Tate as the top human G. The man, like we said, literally grinded his way out of prison.
Jar Jar Peterson.
Oh my God, Binks and Peterson, just two grinders, from different places in the universe, but they're really out there with similar cadences in their speech pathology. They have a lot of kind of
they're basically twins.
Yeah, a lot of base moral values, which I think kind of can project specifically. And let me be clear. You can
Lisa will investigate this religious iconography.
Let me be clear. I'm glad you brought up Jordan Pete.
Pete Jordison.
Peter Pete Jordison. Because I think the young man, the lost young man, the millennial man, is weak, and I think the Zoomer man is weak, and millennial man as well.
I think the millennial men are weak as well, and I'm saying that as a millennial.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we need these grinders and minders. We need them to look up to.
Everyone is weak.
Yeah.
Everyone is weak except for the elite few who
Yeah.
are grinding it out.
Yeah.
Like
Earning.
Yes, grinding it out like someone on steroids at an orgy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Well, look at and
those are
look
the chosen few.
look at Peterson. Look at George Pete, right? Look at what he's done. The man is clearly addicted to benzos again. The man is
Oh
clearly
no, is it?
oh yeah,
No.
he's off the rails.
The
The man
poor
is
guy. I mean, oh, someone's calling me. No, stop. Ah, Dingus, don't call me, you cunt.
Dingus knows what he's doing. Dingus
Yeah,
knows what
I'm
he's doing.
declining now. I'm not doing it.
You can take the call.
I'm not taking this fucking call.
So
He can,
that's
if he wants to talk to me, he can do it in chat.
hell yeah. I think it's important for us to have all these figures because we need kind of a spectrum of people to look up to, and I think we have this wonderful kind of view of different shades of shit. We got Peterson who's out there grinding, right? We have Andrew Tate who's top G. We have God, right? They're all spreading the word of this grind set mindset. But let me say this before we move on to the actual grinding and minding. We cannot complete this conversation about the actual grinders without talking about the man who is spreading arguably to the largest audience, aside from God himself. Joe Rogan speaks to more people than any grinder out there.
They used to say that the Bible was the most read book on earth.
Yeah.
But I think more people have listened to Joe Rogan.
100%.
The man is a king among men.
God damn it. Yeah.
Always has a keen grasp on any topic.
Mm-hmm. Admittedly so, yeah.
Like, he researches in advance of talking about this subject.
Yeah.
Like we do. We spend a lot of time researching our topics.
Easily as much as Joe Rogan.
At least as much as Joe Rogan. Yeah, we spend... We do...
We genuinely,
so much
we genuinely might do more research than Joe Rogan, and our whole thing is not to do research.
Yeah, no, we do the research. This is all
100%. I was being facetious, obviously.
We didn't look. This isn't a sort of look, Ben. When we signed this contract to start doing this podcast together, we agreed we're not going to be the sort of Mickey Mouse organization that just at the last minute picks a topic like 5 minutes before we go live.
Never.
That would never happen because we're way more organized and prepared. We dedicate hours, countless hours to each show.
That's 100% correct.
And the research isn't cheap. So if you pay, I don't know, if you pay us money, what are bits? Give us some bits. Give me 500 bits, and I'll motivate you. I'll motivate you. I'll motivate the shit out of you. Give me money.
Do we have any? It's a bot. It's a bot.
It's a bot.
Yeah. Do we have any? Yay. How do we get rid of this? I think I can just do this. Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. I do love bots because they don't judge me like people do.
Well, and that's Jesus Christ. Bots. I'm excited.
Right, can I just put one on the chalkboard for you breaking down?
Fuck me. So we got the grinders, right? We have some of the top G's in play, but what are they doing? And I think rounding off with Jojo Roro, when talking about the grinders is great because he is out there every day really explaining what to do. Some of these other guys, and no offense to George Pete, but I think he's more of a metaphorical speaker. I think he
lies. Yes.
I think he lives the life, but he's more kind of a overarching type, and a lot of these other guys are. You know, Andrew Tate will drop in one or two pieces of knowledge, but Joe Rogan really walks you through his whole ass day. He shows you his devilly long nips, you know. And speaking of which, I think a big part of grinding is starting your day, you know, with a karate. Which I think is really important. And any grinder, Andrew Tate does karate. You know, he goes to karate classes. He's a world famous karate boy. You know,
he does karate chops.
Yeah,
that cut through other karate chops.
It's insane. Have you seen? He's a world champion karate. Like he's one of the best karate class guys.
Karate boys.
Yeah,
he's a karate boy beyond compare.
Absolutely, he is.
What question marks? I said yes.
And I think that's important. I think to even get to the point where you're going to be grinding and minding, you need to start off with extreme physical exercise. Accompanied, you know, by like adrenochrome
violence.
Well,
physical violence.
Physical violence is so important to the grinding and minding because how are you going to go into the office? How are you going to go to the office if you can't physically fight another man and then have a polite discussion?
Overpower every single person.
Yeah.
In your team, if you can rip out each one of their throats and feed it to the next guy.
Yep.
Then what kind of leader could you ever hope to be?
Exactly. If you are a manager of an office, let's just put this in real world sense for all the people out there in Twitch land. If you're a manager of an office, and guys, take fucking note. If you're a manager of an office and you want to continue to successfully lead, you need to be able to embarrass each one of your employees in front of their families, physically.
Exactly right. Ben, can you do me a fucking favor and just put in chat? I said fucking yes, dingus. Shut up.
I got you. He said yes, dingus.
Fuck off. Jesus fucking Christ, like so needy.
Can we go into the room? And now let's
grind. They're not grinding or minding.
They're not grinding or minding. And this is the problem with today's youth. These boys are out there. These boys are out there. They're not even close to grinding. What are they doing? What are they doing? Have they done karate today even?
Oh my god, the dog's gone mental because for some reason people have entered my house.
Yeah, you're good. If you need to take a second.
Get off, you bastard! I'm on the TV.
He's on the telly. He's grinding.
I'm on the telly. I am.
I had to let George out as we were starting because he was so annoying and you know, even just him licking his paws or doing something a bit annoying, it was so distracting. I get it.
My dog has just been sat here the entire time, chilled out, right?
Yeah.
And then she went and sat in the window and she saw the lads
coming up.
Oh, and now she's back and she's left my door open because I've been trying to teach my dog how to shut the door and it is not going well. She does not have the grinds. Oh, she's gone again. All right. Do you know what? I'll just leave the fucking door open.
You're good.
Grind set mindset.
So, karate, very important.
Karate.
Very important. Ice baths.
ripping throats out.
Yeah, you need to physically, to succeed in any kind of anything in life. If you're a man, you need to physically dominate everyone.
Or a woman. Because watching women physically dominate people is kind of my thing. God damn it. Tried to shut the fucking door and I lost my door shutting stick.
Have you seen the Japanese muscle girl bar?
The what?
the Japanese muscle girl bar.
Now I know those
words.
Well, I know the maid bars. You know, where they're all dressed up as like cat girls and
sure
whatever. Apparently, to get their attention, you have to go nya nya.
Love it.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming a Japanese muscle girl bar is like the same sort of thing. You sit in a booth or whatever, and then these fucking bodybuilder women.
Yeah.
Like, what? Do they bring you your drinks or whatever? Is it like Hooters for bodybuilders?
That's exactly what it is. I'm just going to pull up a picture. I'm going to share the screen with you right now.
Oh, this is going to fuck up.
We looked at this maybe 10 months ago on the Friday Show podcast, and everyone went nuts because the Japanese muscle girl bar is literally everyone wants to go there.
Thank you, Edie.
So all it is bodybuilder bartenders. Hey, Edie, little cutie. So this is pretty much all it is. It's just bodybuilder bartenders out there doing their thing.
Can I make that one full screen like that? Ahaha. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I'm into that. I go there.
Right, and I think this kind of thing is what we need more in society, to encourage that grind set mindset attitude. You know?
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with that. Edie, what's going on? I'm trying to get back to our call, and it's all going horribly wrong. I'm just gonna leave and rejoin.
Yeah. I'll stop streaming the muscle girl bar on Discord. Do you? It seems to have broken you and Discord.
Oh my god! Right.
Well, this is awkward. B is back right away, and you're grinding.
Yeah, that was awkward silence, wasn't it?
No, it was fine.
You dog out earlier on, and you were gone for an hour.
So, B, we start our day. Let's take it. Let's take something just fell off and kind of almost ripped out my headphones. Let's take this from the start of the day. So you wake up. I'm thinking for me, obviously I do my karate right away, right? My karate class. Just so I know how to physically dominate another man, woman, they, them. It doesn't fucking matter if I'm in the office.
Man, woman,
I'm gonna show you that I can.
You gotta be able to do reverse scissor kick to a child's head.
Easy. Nunchuck, no problem. So I start with karate because I don't eat right away because I'm better than that, right? Like I start with karate. Of course, after.
Well, I mean, you're a guy with like 0.3% body fat.
Yeah, that's right. Know? Yeah. There was a time where that was true, and I didn't need to do anything for it. So I start with karate, then I go into my protein consumption, right? Raw, boiled chicken breasts, and a steroid shot. Now that's how I get to 8 a.m. and then I do my ice baths. But what's your very start of your day? What's that look like for you?
It's quite similar actually.
Yeah.
Wake up. My alarm clock in the morning is several armed intruders. So I wake up, fight some guys ninja style, go to my gym, work out on my guns,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then I get my coffee, which is the coffee I drink is $6,000
Yeah.
a pot.
Cold brew, I assume, or
Yeah, and it's made from beans that have passed through the body of a shark.
yes.
Just to gain their power.
Of course.
And into which, like, you take a shot of steroids, I add mine to the coffee.
Oh.
I got soluble bear testosterone.
Yes. BT.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I chuck that in my coffee, maybe a couple of whiskeys, whipped cream on top, maybe a flake. Then I have sex with multiple people's mothers, usually my enemies. I'll have lined up a few of my enemies' mothers. That goes on then between about, I don't know, about 7 and 12.
Yep.
When
the non-grinders start kind of waking their sleepy little eyes up.
Yeah, exactly. By the time, sorry, oh yes, Power Karma.
Thank you so much for that sub, Power Karma. Really, really appreciate it.
Yes, give us more money.
Jesus. And guys, if you're not following our dear friend Power Karma, please do so. A little out of character, but speaking of actual grinders, Power Karma is genuinely someone to look up to when it comes to health and grinding and all that. Like, genuinely really helpful. But I'm going to slip back into character. No,
I'm going to slip out. Oh my God, Suckity Suck has subscribed.
Yo!
So many subscribes.
Thank you so much, Suck.
So you said about Power Karma. What sort of content do they do?
A lot of IRL bike riding, some workout stuff, like, and it's all super positive and really not like, it's genuinely motivational. Like, it's genuinely really, really, really motivational content.
Cool. And see, before I go back into character, I suppose, just like to point out, look how my advertising worked.
You're not wrong.
Right? If I just yell at people to give me money now and again, I'm a fucking marketing genius. Anyway, back into character. So by like noon, I've already banged several of my enemies' mums.
Yeah.
Right. And guy like me, when you're out there hustling, making the fat stacks, you make a lot of enemies, especially when you're as big a bastard as I am to the people around me.
And that's part of showing people that you're better and you work harder is by being cruel to them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing out how much better you are to others. That's really, really important.
It's helpful.
You end up in a lot of blood feuds as well, where you've ripped out one of your employees' throats to motivate the rest of the staff to,
Yeah.
And some family member vows a vendetta against you, blah blah blah.
Which could be, it could be kind of revered as another way of grinding, right? Vendetta is kind of a grindset mindset. You gotta can you look at those people, even though they're trying to murder you, can you look at them and kind of appreciate that grindage?
No, I respect them, but it's more like, the way I think of it is like, in Newton's cradle.
Of course.
Right? Newton's cradle, you have those balls on a string like that, and you
the click clacks.
Let go of the one ball. The clickety clackety cloops.
The click clacks.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So you lift up a ball like that, and it goes bunk, and hits the other ball, and it comes back and hits you back. Right? Now, my ball is me murdering someone.
Sure.
Bunk. Now, the result of that is, oh no, I've got an enemy, and they're going to try and hit me back. And he goes, bunk.
Yeah.
And then my ball goes back and goes, nah, I'm going to do your mum. Bunk. And then their ball explodes.
Because you did their mum.
I did their mum.
Massive.
All right.
And you
Before 12.
I was going to say, you're not even at lunch yet. Now, what do you eat? What are you eating for lunch? What are you eating for second meal? Maybe third meal if you've gone to the gym a couple times. And how many times, let me ask you, how many times have you done, how many different times have you done push-ups in front of strangers at this point on a regular day, a weekday?
Now, it really does depend because obviously I'm flying around the country, around the world.
Yeah,
so
you wouldn't be a grinder if you're not flying.
Exactly, right? So oftentimes before 12, now I will have, I will have been doing the mums.
Yeah.
But I'm on a plane. I'm flying across the country with mums lined up, right? So I'll be doing my push-ups in the aisle. There could be 350, 500 people on the plane. Obviously, I'm up in first class. Yeah, that's where my seats are. But I go to the shitty seats where there's loads of people, so they can all see how many push-ups I can do.
Yeah,
which is loads, by the way.
Obviously, because you couldn't be a grinder if you're not doing push-ups.
Loads of them.
Yep.
A non-specific amount, but certainly way more than all of our viewers could do put together.
I agree.
Loads and loads.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you're doing push-ups. What's your next protein intake looking like? You get off your flight. What are you munching? What's happening?
So I get off my flight, do all the mums.
Yeah, you're doing mums. Do you ever take mums on the flights?
If it lines up like that, if they happen to be going intercontinental or cross country, long haul flights, yeah, it has happened. But things just need to line up for that to happen. You can't really force that kind of thing.
Okay, so you're not taking the Tate route.
No, I'm not trafficking people, man. That ain't my style.
Yeah. I'm just checking out where the grinding and minding kind of converge or diverge.
A lot of these mothers that I'm doing, right? They're lovely people, and they're wonderful, strong, independent women who have just happened to have raised someone who is now my enemy. I have got nothing against the mothers. I've only got respect for them.
So they're grinders, I'm guessing.
They gotta be. They gotta be. And they've raised grinders. Oh. Don't forget, these are the people who have got the blood feud against me. I respect that.
Yeah.
It's just a law of physics, Yeah. I do a thing, they have to respond.
It's necessary.
Exactly. I don't resent anyone for being my enemy or the mother of my enemy. I have only got respect for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I ain't going to traffic a strong, independent woman who has raised a fine
grinder.
Child.
Yeah.
A grinder. I ain't going to disrespect that. Because respect is number one.
You're right.
Respect, if you're not getting respect or you're not giving respect, then where is due, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Now you can be an absolute bastard to poor people, weak people, beta males.
Okay, good. That's where I want to go to, right? Because
plenty of opportunities to be an absolute irredeemable cunt. So
yeah, because I need to do that for me to feel good about my grindage. I need to have some kind of irredeemable piece of shit quality, and because I'm with you, I'm not gonna take the Tate, even though he's the top G. I'm not a human trafficker. As far as I want to take my grinding, I just can't human traffic. It's just not a part. But I can shit on Porth. I can kind of try to unravel the fabric of society by getting to our youth at a young age. That's kind of what I'm about as well. For me, I like to get them at that very, like, I want to convince people that my grinding ideas are the best when they don't even have a fully developed frontal cortex. That's I think part of grinding is getting an army of grinders that cannot overtake your grindage until you're too old to do anything about it.
And it's
Alpha Sigma move.
So important that the values that you instill in these predominantly young men, right, are that women are definitely, obviously, clearly inferior to us for some reason, right? And they need to be subjugated and tamed.
Sure.
Right? And controlled.
Yep.
Right? And you can do that for learning these simple tricks for $50 a week or whatever.
Yeah.
We need to be teaching young men these virtues. Otherwise, they might realize that other people are valuable too, and to respect the otherness of other people. And yet we just can't tolerate that. That just can't happen. We need to ensure that us as men know that we're in fucking charge, like how big and bad I am. Yeah. So that's where I stand on that subject.
I think you touched on something I really want to touch on before we kind of finish up what a grinder's day looks like. Is something important in my mind, something some of the best grinders do, some of the toppest of Gs, and now someone I haven't brought up yet, but is definitely a very important grinder. I'm not sure if you're aware of likes kissing his dad on the lips, Gary V.
I recognize several of those words.
So Gary V. Is an entrepreneur. He has a lot of businesses. He's been in kind of the YouTube space for a while. Is he the guy that used to have the advert where he's like, oh yeah, check out my fucking Lamborghini. And also I bought 16 fucking bookcases to fill it with like 2,000 books. That's Ty Lopez.
Is it? And he's like, I bought all these books. But I'm not planning on reading all of them or any of them. But look at them. It's all my books. Right? So he's not that guy then.
No, and I do love Ty Lopez.
That's a guy I know. I know that guy.
Yeah, Ty Lopez is similar. Gary V takes it one step further, and he has kind of more legitimate people backing him up. Ty Lopez was a grinder, but he definitely kind of got caught with his grindage. And he was saying he was grinding a little harder than he actually was, and lots of his things were rented essentially, right? So he's making right. So he's but let me be clear. I appreciate any kind of grinding, even if grinding and grifting kind of
always overlap.
Always fucking overlap, and I think that's important.
Like 100% of the time.
Grinding and grifting is so important.
Talking about the grind mindset, right? Yeah. And I think this is really important. It's in chat right now. I just want to ask you, Ben, does Logan Radio rock?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Logan Radio does rock.
Absolutely, simply put. And thank you for that lurk, Logan. Logan Radio does rock quite a bit.
Right. That guy, grind master.
Genuinely... like quick out of character, genuinely one of the, if not the hardest working person on Twitch that I know. And successfully crushes it. Like, actually, if you're looking for grinders, guys, as we're memeing on this, Power Karma, Logan Radio rocks, ridiculous people to kind of look up to when it comes to actually working hard and getting stuff done, and doing it in a like balanced, healthy, productive way. I have nothing but good things to say about Logan and not only his work ethic, but the product he produces. That all being said, jumping back in, now I do like these guys like Tai Lopez and Gary Vee who are out there. They're very online, and they're very honest with their dishonesty, but yeah, you have to figure it out for yourself. You know what I mean? Like they'll just kind of shrug it off when you call them out, and I love that about grinding, and that grind set mindset is. There's something kind of special about carrying on a grift, even though you're called out. You know?
Yeah. But I think this is part of our wonderful new world that we're in now, right? Where basically anything's true, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's very little accountability. All right, yeah, I fucking rent. What are you gonna fucking do? I am allowed to make these adverts and imply that I'm.
Yep.
Are you gonna fucking stop me? So what? You know, I love that. I wish I had no shame.
Let's wrap up this section of the podcast with kind of finishing up the grind set day. We've talked about the big players in grind set mindset. We've talked about some of the big ideas. Let's wrap up afternoon. What's your kind of grind set mindset day look like?
Right. So most of the day, right? Because you got to think now. The first 6-7 hours of my day. So I'm waking up 3-4 in the morning, fighting, karate, weights, flying cross country, doing mums. Right, it's noon. Right.
Yeah.
I am a hungry guy.
Yeah.
So I'm eating a lot of raw meat. I go to the local butchers in whichever town or city I'm in.
I like how you shop local. That's grinding.
Oh, yeah. Always go local, man. Unless, of course, you're buying seafood, right? You only eat seafood when you're near the coast.
Yes.
Where there's actually water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But you can raise a lamb damn near anywhere, right? So you go to the local butchers, you buy yourself a rack of lamb straight off the hook. You just dig in, right? So I spend about 3 or 4 hours consuming an entire lamb, bones and all.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, bones and all. And that usually then puts me in a good mood to get to work. I work from 3 till midnight.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. Doing all this other stuff on the plane, I'm working, I'm thinking.
You're literally always working, but
I'm also doing mums on a flight, karate, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Eating lamb.
Yeah.
A lot of eating lamb.
Yeah.
So I get to work. When I get to work, one of the first things I like to do is fire someone.
Great
every
strategy.
Day.
Yeah.
I fire one person every day at random, and it just puts the fear of God in all my employees.
Because people work better when they're terrified.
That's correct. Yeah. That is correct. You just get that if there's that smell of fear and adrenaline, you're getting a good day's productivity out of these people. And just for the people in chat, I'd like to clarify that firing someone is a euphemism for ripping out their voice box and roundhouse kicking them out of a 3rd-story window.
As a true Sigma Alpha would do. As a leader of men.
Exactly. People know what you're about. They know what to expect from you. And so then I go into the office, take phone calls. I like to insult people.
It's always helpful.
Yeah. While I'm doing this, I might have some dumbbells, doing some curls or whatever, working on my physique.
Yeah.
I play a lot of World of Warcraft on the office computer while nobody's looking.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time it's time to go home and everybody's relieved I've put the gun away,
Yeah.
I go out for a bar to celebrate. I have a few shots of vermouth, and then I head home to sleep. And I start the day again. I have
Like 10,
about
20
an hour
minutes
and a half.
later. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, an hour and a half sleep, an hour,
Yep.
hour and a half sleep.
Yep.
And I'm back at it then the next day. I am looking to reduce the amount of time I'm shagging mums, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I could sort of convince them in some way to like double up, triple up,
Sure.
then instead of doing 10 mums over 3 hours, I could do 10 mums over 15, 20 minutes.
Now let me ask you this. Has the consideration gone through your head to, as any grinder would do, outsource this? Outsource the doing of the moms.
See, I think that's beta thinking.
Oh.
If a job like that's worth doing,
yeah,
you do it right.
Okay.
And they need to know that it was you.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Having some guy do my enemy's mum ain't the same as doing my enemy's mum. Right? They need to know it was me. I need to leave a photo of it on their mantelpiece. So when they get home from work, they know what happened. Right?
Yeah. I respect that.
I'm just going to scratch another chalkboard for Ben breaking down.
We got to wrap this up. I'm dying. I mean, like this section.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I think that's amazing, B. And I think we've educated the people on grinding and minding. Do you have what's your day look like? Do you got a couple minutes to keep potting, take a quick break, or what? Should we wrap it up? Where are you at?
I'm good, man. I can carry on.
Sweet. Let's take a quick pee break because I'm gonna explode.
I do need to pee.
Guys, we'll be right
I don't
back.
know if anybody noticed, but I've been drinking throughout this entire thing. I don't know if
you at least finished a can and then opened another one.
I've been really discreet about it. I know.
It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. We get crazy on Friday. So I'm not gonna turn the camera or the mic off. I'm just gonna play loud music over us.
I'm going.
We'll be back, guys. We'll be back. Appreciate you all. When we come back, we're gonna be we're gonna be out of character and just vibing, dude. So please stick with us for the post show. Goodness, oh my gosh. And just a reminder, everyone, as we're getting ready to have a quick little post-show wrap-up, that this podcast is sponsored by the Chill RP Rust community. If you do play the game of Rust, 7 Days to Die, Second Life, Minecraft the Forest, or Fortnite, you can go to discord.gg/chillrp. That is discord.gg/chillrp and see what they're all about. They've been supporting us for a really long time, and we love them there. We love them there. I've been little low-key on Rust this month, but it is the 3rd anniversary of the Chill RP Rust community this month. So they got a lot of fun stuff going on. And I've actually been pretty active, even though I haven't streamed it too much. So go check it out, guys. Again, that is discord.gg/chillrp. Our dear friend BFax is trying to do up his pants right now. I think he's got him. Nice little crotch shot there. And he's back. Hello.
I am back. That's me. Wait a minute. I think.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
There you go. I was a little bit tangled.
Welcome back, mate. How was it?
Oh, fantastic, glorious, wonderful, refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a winter's wind.
God damn it. Yeah. Oh man. That was good. That was good. That was fun. I like I like memeing. There's a couple guys I hadn't mentioned, and as we were wrapping up, I was like, oh, I would have loved to get in on some like Alex Jones stuff a little more, whatever. But there's always so much to make fun of when we talk about like something as pointed, as the grind. The whole thing is so easy to kind of meme on.
The thing is that and it is intentional, we pick like nebulous topics.
Yeah.
Something a lot of scope. Just because we're still working on. I think if we pick in like a super specific topic, once we've figured out our banter a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think keeping it nebulous, keeping it open, it's just sort of working for now.
I agree. I think we're getting there. It's getting hammered out. Like I said when we started this, like the other podcast we do, it took months and months and months to even get the full like, okay, this is what we're doing. This, like, you know what I mean? Like when we show up, just to open the curtain a little bit for the people, you weren't joking. We usually have a topic kind of last second ish, but that kind of adds to some of the improv. And have a general vibe, but we haven't carved. I feel like we have the marble stone. We just haven't carved it all out yet. We have the materials. We just need to get some of those edges in and decide how big the dick's gonna be.
Oh, either humongous or tiny.
Right? I don't know.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like simple things like that. Metaphorically, even how big is the dick gonna be? Either massive or tiny. I don't know.
Yeah. But it ain't gonna be a normal dick. It ain't gonna be an average dick. It's either gonna be humongous, like comically huge, or like just pretty much just a flat nub.
Would you ever get your penis pierced?
No. But here we go, peeling back the curtain. I have been with people with that attachment, and it ain't for me. No.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I
either.
don't have any piercings. I've never had any piercings. I don't wear ring.
You've never been pierced? Tattoos?
I've never been. I got a couple of tattoos. But here we go. I got a massive like phobia of sharp objects, right? And like piercings never interested me. Basically, I'm not really into like adornments, if you know what I mean. Like I said, necklace, bracelets, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't really. They're not for me. I think some of them look good on other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like I've never worn rings until I got married, and I just a side note, I just realized Suck is a dear friend from Twitter. And I thought so. And I was like, let me just check. And I just checked out. So, guys, please follow our friend Suck on Twitch and Twitter, wherever. But yeah, I'm not a big jewelry guy. I never have been. I had my ears pierced one time. You know, I was stretching them out. I wanted to be a cool boy.
Oh, you wanted the like the borehole.
I was going that route.
So you were going to end up with the big flappy
I don't give
vagina
a shit.
ear hole.
No, that's not real. You can put them down. You get flappy when you just pop them out and say I'm done. But you can grow them down. There's better ways to do it.
Presumably, you like cut them and then put them together or something
Only if
like
they're
that.
really big, but you can downsize them so they do heal slow. The reason why they stay loopy and shit is because, again, people don't like, they just pop them out and they say I'm done. Like mine, you can see like I can't get a needle through there, but it was I think a 13 gauge or something. Like the needle they used had to be stepped, so it had a cut on it. Like it was so thick. And that you could, like, I don't know if they're supposed to pierce at that gauge anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was wild.
My tattoos, again, I said I got a thing about sharp objects, right? So I don't want to be seeing a needle gun, right? So all my tattoos are on my back because for two reasons. I can't get bored of them.
Yeah.
Because I can't fucking see them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Always get a tattoo somewhere you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
That way you can't just get bored of it or, oh god, that's shit or whatever. I don't agonize over it. They all mean something to me. One of them actually, so I mentioned the song before, Demonic Banana.
Mm-hmm.
The one about a banana crawls to people's asses and explodes. It became a bit of an in-joke with my mates. Well, one of my mates drew a picture of the demonic banana, and that mate is, shall we say, sadly no longer with us.
Oh shoot.
So I got a tattoo of that drawing.
Yes.
Now it because it was done all in pen and it was a bit scribbly, we had to sort of kind of interpret it a little bit, just clean it up a tiny bit.
Sure.
So I got a tattoo of the demonic banana on my back. But
I love that.
I might show you, I'll show you that off stream. If somebody pays 1,000 bits, I will show the demonic banana tattoo on stream.
Fuck. I like where you're going with this, B. I like where you're going with the doing stuff for money, because I've been doing that for a long time.
Money. I'm very, very poor.
Yeah.
I ration my food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I would say
I would very much appreciate some money, sir.
I would say the whole DPTV crew is in a pretty similar.
Yeah, a lot of people are, but it's dire.
Yeah. No, but we should do merch. We should do like merch, like a merch piece for each one of us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh God, wait. Let me just move this camera for a second. There we go.
Got minors on stream.
Where you're looking at me from a different angle at the moment, by the way, right? Because what I got is this little. It's supposed to be like a little bedside cabinet, right, with a little drawer on it. And what I've got is my big coffee table right in front of my SETI, and I put this little bedside cabinet next to him, put my arm for my camera there, and here we are. But now I've plugged in my PC, right? So what I've done is I've put the PC there and then moved the table across.
Oh,
so now you're looking at me more.
I think it's a great angle.
I think it's a good angle. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been sat here like this, like
Well,
I'm
we
a
have
big,
this
powerful man.
we have this going on, right? We have
Do we?
it's good. It's good.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think it's great.
Wait, where am I looking? I'm supposed to be looking now, ain't I? Because you're over there. That's where you are,
Mhm.
Ben.
Mhm.
This is stuff.
This is
You know.
this is why people come here on Fridays for this
This,
content.
this is we are making good
Fuck.
TV here.
Jesus Christ. Look,
Right.
I think we're killing it.
Look, but if they were if they were
Mm.
paying
Mm.
1,000, they wouldn't be looking at that content.
That's right.
They'd be looking at the much better content that
That's right.
is
That's right.
my banana tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So give me money. Give me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm dying. Where are we gonna find it?
Well, that's the trick. We do low quality content with the promise that if they give us money, the content will be better.
Okay, first of all,
And
I
do
would
you know
not
what the
describe our content
genius-
as low quality. I would not.
No,
I would say it's
no.
value content. It is value content.
I'm saying we reduce the quality of our content lower. Right, with the so we do even worse work. We don't even have to put in any effort at all, right? With the promise that you give us some money, and we'll do better content. But then here's the trick. Here's the trick, Ben. This is the fucking genius thing.
Sure.
They will never have given us enough money for us to improve the quality of our show.
Have you heard of Steven Crowder's Mug Club?
I'm aware of Steven Crowder. What the fuck is his mug club?
So he's a poor man's Ben Shapiro that he usually has a gun holster.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the guy who has the Nathan Drake gun holsters on.
Yeah. Steven Crowder's, and he's a guy from the meme because he used to go to college campuses, and don't get me wrong, the guy could talk. But he would just pick 17-year-olds and bully them.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. That's Steven Crowder. So he has this thing, his whole jam, and man, I'd like to meme on it on this channel. His whole jam, he says, support the Mug Club. We're for freedom, and we're for this and that. And all it is people buying mugs. It's just people buying fucking shitty print-on-demand mugs from him, and he's developed this whole industry around this Mug Club. Which I think is absolutely ridiculous, especially because a lot of what he does is kind of politically motivated.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, mate.
There was something happening off screen.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much you heard because
none.
Oh, marvelous! That is amazing. I'm
good.
a big fan of that.
Okay, I was talking just in case anything picked up on Mike, so I just kept going for as long as I could.
I'm a big fan of you, Ben.
I got
You're
you,
a
dog.
good man.
I've been doing this enough. One of my first streams, someone came in to chat because I just fell asleep with a laptop on my lap and I was streaming Sims. So they were like, Ben, wake up, and like notifying me on all my things, and I kind of like heard this bloop on my phone, and I look over, I was like, fuck. I didn't care, but it was nice to, I get it. And honestly, it's more of a pain to have to go in and edit these than just leave them up.
Sorry, I look like I'm looking away from you.
You're just grinding. You're literally grinding, I'm guessing.
I'm literally grinding. I'm just changing my position so I look like at least I'm not ignoring you.
You're good, dog. You're good. What's the plan for tonight? Are you guys just smoking up or what?
No. I had very little left. And yeah, probably watch a movie or something,
Nice.
Boring night, chill out, watch a movie.
Hell yeah.
I like my I want to talk about something.
Sure.
I right. And I brought it up. I've been banging on about it on Twitter, right? And I knew after show, right? This is something I wanted to be talking about. Elon Musk's Brave New World, his wasteland, his Mad Max adventure of what is now Twitter, right? So presumably most people in chat have got a fairly good understanding of what's happened, but the short version is he's removed the verified check marks from celebrities, etc. And the reason they were there is so that you knew the person that you were tweeting to or saying, "Oh, I'm going to be live in Wembley" or whatever that, or "Oh yeah, buy my merch." That person was actually that person.
Yeah.
And now the only way to get a verification check is to pay Elon Musk $8 a month and give him your phone number. But the kinds of people who give Elon Musk $8 a month for a blue check mark are almost universally arseholes. Like you'd be scrolling through and all of them, like the vast majority, it's got to be like 98, 99% of the time, they're giving you probably the shittest or rudest take on any subject that they're talking about.
Yeah.
So I've got a new sport now, which is just blocking the blue check marks, every single one of them, right? I don't care which side of a fucking situation you fall on. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. Blah, blah, blah. You're giving Elon Musk. I don't want to see it. Bunk. You're the kind of guy who gives Elon Musk £8 a month or $8 a month to have a blue check mark.
Yeah.
Which has completely destroyed the point in having a check mark in the first place. And oh dear, I never actually plugged in my phone. So I'm at like 5%.
Oh no, you're about to die. We're about to lose B.
No, we're all right. There we go. Did it make the noise? Yeah, we're charging. Okay, we're good.
Daddy Elon.
Oh my god, I've clicked something and now I'm looking at your profile. There we go. But yeah, I love blocking these blue checks. I have never blocked anybody before yesterday. I mute them. If I don't want to hear what you're gonna say, I'll just mute you.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't block you. But unless you're an advertiser.
I was gonna say I block every advertiser I see.
Yep. But people I don't block.
Sure.
But now, I have. Did you see, by the way, Elon is paying for a couple of blue checks? And it was William Shatner, who has got me blocked on Twitter.
Fuck off. Blocked. You got blocked by the Shat man?
I'm blocked by the Shatner. A lot of people are.
Let's go, baby. Right. Oh, that's so nice. Good for you. Good for you.
Oh, thank you. I worked very hard on that.
Yeah.
He's paying for Stephen King. Do you remember, right, how it all started with a blue check mark? Elon goes, it's going to be $20 a month for a blue check mark. And Stephen King goes, like fuck am I paying $20 a month for a blue fucking check mark? So Elon goes, how about $8 a month? And that's how it was decided that it was going to be $8 a month, right? Because it was originally going to be 20. But now Elon Musk is paying for Stephen King's blue check mark.
Yeah.
That means that without saying a word pretty much on the subject, Stephen King has negotiated Elon Musk down from $20 a month to Elon Musk pays $8 a month?
Yes, but for me, I view it as one of these because Stephen King gets a lot of engagement. So I kind of he gets for a guy who doesn't give a fuck, and he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, why would he? He's a multi-millionaire. He's one of the best-selling authors of all time.
He's one of the most prolific authors of our generation.
Yeah,
you know, like
so
of a few generations. Yeah.
Not only do his books sell a lot of copies, he's got a lot of books. He's got like, I think it's something ridiculous, like $500 million in the bank or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a lot of fucking money from his books and movies and whatnot. He don't give a shit.
No.
That $8 a month isn't something that sort of Stephen King's worried, oh my God, it's going to be $20 a month. Oh, however, will I Stephen King survive?
Yeah.
With that damage to my income. Oh, yeah. That wasn't the point. The whole point is a stupid fucking idea.
Yeah.
The whole point of verification is so that people knew that they were speaking to the Elon Musk. I genuinely think he's got some sort of like.
I know what it is. I know exactly what he's doing. He spent 40. I know exactly. It is on the table. It is. I opened up his email. I'm reading it, and this is what it is. In my opinion, he spent $44 billion to do a little market manipulation. So easily, he's already manipulated the markets with Tesla without owning Twitter. Now he's doing it with owning Twitter. He's manipulating other markets. He's getting other rich people to pay him to manipulate things, which is fine. Not fine. It's insane and it's all crazy and it's all horrible. But at the end of the day,
which is why you said it was fine.
Exactly. At the end of the day, he paid $44 billion to shake the world's perception on journalists and journalism, because what they've been doing lately is reporting on people on the eradication of the middle class. They've been reporting on especially journalists he doesn't like, but just even open journalism, even free open journalism, people that aren't tied to CNN, people that aren't tied to BBC, people that aren't tied to Fox News, he's been shitting on openly. And so he paid $44 billion to curb the conversation, because Twitter was one of the last places that people were able to go do honest journalism. So he didn't pay $44 billion for Twitter. He paid $44 billion to change the world's perception on journalism, so the next 30 years of his reign is easier. That's what he did. He doesn't give a fuck about Twitter. He doesn't give a fuck about memes. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. He paid $44 billion to change people's public perception, to change the world's, every country on the planet's public perception of journalists. That's what he did, and it's so obvious, in my opinion.
I can't argue with that. Yeah, I think you've nailed that.
Not to get upset.
I think. Well, no, I mean, you take someone like Murdoch. A lot of the newspapers in the UK, a lot of the press in the UK is very right wing.
Right? Yes, it is.
Right, and a lot of it is Murdoch owned, and they run at a loss, right?
Well, but what is a loss when you look at?
When you're looking,
they're not running at a loss.
The goal isn't to sell loads of papers.
No.
The goal is to farm that outrage, to control public opinion in a group of people. So then, even if I haven't read the newspaper, but you go, oh yeah, I was reading this thing earlier on, and they're saying, immigrants are gonna steal everything from your house. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So even if they're losing money, they still pour that money into it. See, something like I think the Daily Mail was running at a loss, something like and it might be something stupid like 50 million a year, which to someone with billions and billions and billions and billions like Murdoch and that, it's nothing. That loss, yeah, I can deal with that because I'm making money elsewhere.
Yeah. And they're making more money because of what's happening here.
Because of what's happening here.
They're at the top of the umbrella where they see what's happening, right? Like,
wow, Suck thinks we've got the brainy brains.
Well, look,
I have my moments.
Well, that's genuinely the whole point of this podcast. Is at the first hour, it's memeing, but I think there's a lot said underline, and that's why we decided to do the second hour so we can kind of be out of character and just outright say it. You know, the first hour we're saying it without saying it. In the second hour, like, no, this is what's happening. And I think it. I don't.
My favorite thing about the second hour as well is that like it's hard to keep doing that character. Like I am not a performer. I'm not an improviser or anything like that.
I would disagree, but it's hard to do it for 2 hours.
Now, I am now.
Yeah.
But I'm still sort of, shall we say, amateur level. You know. I might be some sort of wunderkind who's nearly in his 40s, but
yeah,
I'll be real. For the first couple of streams, I had no idea what's been going on. Yeah, no, neither have I. Right. No, that's normal. I haven't got a fucking clue.
No, and that's what we're doing comedy satire the first hour of this podcast, right? Or if you come on any other day, we're just us. We're just talking pretty straight. But we kind of wanted to line this up on Friday to be a little silly, to be a little, whatever. But I think we both realized a couple of shows ago, I was like, oh fuck, there's a lot of new people coming in on Fridays that maybe don't get that we're being ridiculously satirical or trying to be, and maybe they're taking it at face value, and that's not always, that's not the goal of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look very, very cool and make my mother proud.
Well, you're doing at least one of those things. I don't know about your mom, but
I am a massive disappointment.
Mate, me too. Me too. Let's go.
So much missed potential.
Well, and that's nah. What are you gonna do?
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? I could do better, I suppose, but that sounds hard.
It sounds like a mindset thing, and I'm not into it, dude. I'm just not into it. It sounds like shit to me, mate.
Do you know what I was tempted to do earlier on? And if I was better at this, it might have been very funny. But I might have turned the camera around. Sorry, somebody's trying to get my attention while I'm on the TV.
Give our man a minute.
Wait, what's up, man? Sorry, you're just standing there staring at me. It's fine. Yeah. This
not
is
distracting.
Weird.
Not distracting at all.
It's not distracting at all.
What's he doing?
He's gone now. Bye.
Sorry. Sorry.
Well, what was I saying? Motherfucker. That put me off my stream.
Yeah, dog. I can't imagine.
It doesn't help that I'm drinking and smoking as well.
Yeah. I see you light up that joint.
Motherfucker, what was I saying?
If I was listening, I would tell you. If I was paying attention at all, I would tell you right now what you were saying.
Chat, suck, please, man. Throw me a fucking life. Throw me a fucking.
I genuinely,
that threw me well off my fucking strike.
If I was quicker, I would have unmuted the stream playback and been able to catch up. But we need a Jamie. We need a Jamie.
We need a Jamie.
Oh my gosh. I've completely blanked on it. We were going down a road. We were going down a road for sure, but
it was something about something, and it was
good,
really
suck.
cool.
Appreciate you.
That's fucked me up. That has. Oh.
What are you gonna do?
That's me well.
What
let's talk about something else.
Well, what are we? Any big weekend plans?
I don't have any plans.
No, me either. I'm getting pizza tonight, mate.
Oh.
I never get pizza because my wife's not a huge pizza person, and I'm just like, I'm disgusting. So I have this pizza place in town. I love eating there. We don't get it too much because it's expensive as shit, right? Like Canada takeout food's so expensive. But tonight is a wonderful night because I'm getting delicious pizza, and it's gonna be spicy as fuck, and I'm gonna have horrible poops. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat pizza and watch. Oh, I've been watching. Did I tell you? I've been watching Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise. Yeah.
Right, with Scott Bakula.
I don't know his name.
He was in Quantum Leap.
Oh yes.
Scott Bakula. What series are you on?
This just started the second season because I haven't seen it before.
I was gonna say, have you done right? So here's my experience with Enterprise.
Yeah.
Right. When it came out, I watched probably. That name sounds made up. What? Star Trek Enterprise. All names are made up.
Welcome in, Nightmare. How you doing? How are you doing today?
Your name is made up.
No, her name isn't.
Cutest Nightmare isn't your name.
She was born this way.
Yeah, it's on my birth certificate.
I was born as a nightmare.
You merely adopted the cute nightmares. I was born.
The cutest of nightmares. Sorry. Continue, please.
Wow, you've done it. I can't continue. What was I saying?
Enterprise. You start off in
Enterprise. So it came out. I watched the first couple of episodes. I'm not sure if I'm on board with this.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say, the starting title sequence is the worst any Star Trek has ever done.
It gets worse. No. They change it in like series 3.
No, and it gets worse.
It gets worse.
It's so bad.
It is very bad, but also, if you don't like it, it means you don't have enough faith of the heart.
Fuck.
Right?
Stop. Yeah.
You just need more faith.
What it
to
like
believe.
I'm trying.
I can do anything. I got faith. 'Cause America. Fucking aliens.
Right. That's yeah.
So yeah. So I got the fuck out of Enterprise like 3 episodes into it. Right? Might not have been. Yeah, it might not have been fair because you look back at Series 1 and Next Generation is garbage, right?
The first four epis at least are throwawayable.
Oh no, almost everything in Series 1 is. There's a couple of fucking little spots.
But they can't like they're so important. You can't get rid of the other ones. You just can't. It's like diamonds. It's like having some diamonds in a garbage bag. You can't throw the whole garbage bag out. There's diamonds in there.
Hey, it is what it is. It exists, right?
Sure.
Deep Space Nine Series 1 is a better Series 1 than Next Generation.
Easy money. Yeah, I agree. Easy money.
But there's some choppy fucking shit in there. Right? They didn't really figure it out until about Series 2, 3.
Sure. Yeah, right? Yeah. Cisco got his footing a little more. There was some backstory built out. They weren't afraid of having a black protagonist in season 2. They were in season 1.
I think, in all fairness, like Voyager had the strongest series 1, right?
Because Voyager was on the first episode was it grabs you by the dick, vagina, or middle part of your body and pulls you into it, giving you a little suckle on the way. It's scary, it's elating, it's moistifying.
Not only that, I think by the time you get around to Voyager, you've had 7 years of Star Trek: The Next Generation. You're probably 4 or 5 years into Deep Space Nine. You've had a couple of Next Generation movies. They've realized this world, this universe, to a point where they're like, all right, we know now how these characters should be acting, blah, 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 blah. So they land sort of feet first.
Yeah.
You know, they figured out these characters more or less. And now with Enterprise, I was a bit unfair because I saw those 3 episodes. I just went, nah, I'm out of shit.
And
again,
the starting title is so distracting.
It's so fucking awful.
It's Bon Jovi moms would masturbate to it. Like it's for Bon Jovi moms, right? Like Bon Jovi, they can't get out of the 80s yet, but they never really were
Bryan
there.
Adams or something.
Oh my God, yeah. They listen to Bryan Adams, they listen to Bon Jovi, they still have a big early 90s hair. They're single moms now because they were part of that big divorce in the 90s when everyone's getting divorced. It's 100%.
It almost feels like Bon Jovi and Bryan Adams got together and wrote the Cheers theme.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. 'Cause I get faith in her.
It's so bad.
I hate it. And they make it worse. It does get worse.
That's so frustrating for me.
And sorry, I'm being distracted.
No, you're good,
again.
mate. You're good. You're good. You're good. I got the topic on the top of my head. So it gets worse.
And yeah, the theme tune gets worse. But with Enterprise, the actual episodes get a lot better, right?
Okay.
And again, by series, and there's some criticisms of some of the plot lines and so on, but it's not a terrible series.
I'm only on series 2 or season 2 for the Americans. I like it already. I like it.
Yeah, it's like I was unfair to it when it first came out, right? And I think it should have got more series. I think it could have gone to interesting places. I think it could have found its own identity. I liked a whole bunch of the characters. But it was those first couple of episodes, man. I saw them and I'm like, I'm out.
I turned it on for the first time the other day, and because Vanessa was like, why don't you put this on? You know, because I was trying to sleep. It's hard to sleep during the day, whatever. So I'm always trying to find something new to kind of zone out to. And lots of times for me, it's Next Gen or a Star Trek I'm familiar with. So I'll play that because I know the tones. Even at the starting sequences, if there's big horns, I can sleep through it during the day. It distracts from people mowing outside or whatever, right? So I went to try Enterprise, and she was just laughing because I think she was going to do some work on a Saturday or something, and I was cursing around me like, what the fuck is this right away? And immediately I just said, I hate it. And as she's walking out the door, give it 4 episodes, you're gonna be in love with it. And by the time she got back from doing her photo shoot, I was like, okay, I love it. I'm embarrassed. I love it. It's amazing.
It's my version of that is you ever seen The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah.
Right. So I started watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and I'm like, I fucking hate all these characters. they're doing my head in. And within like 2 episodes, I'm like, I love you all. You're all my friends now.
Yeah.
You know.
It was
Yes,
definitely
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they. All right, no, you're all my friends, and I love you. You know. But at first, I'm like, no. I think I am too quick to judge.
Mate,
Yeah.
I'm so quick to judge, and I've been getting better at. It's hard for me to get rid of that knee jerk reaction, but what I've been doing is telling myself to fuck off. You know, like it'll happen, and before I verbalize it or before I like really think it out in my head why exactly I'm hating this, I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna give it. Hey, I spent 5 minutes on this bitch. I'll spend 20 minutes, and maybe I'll spend 40 and decide blah blah blah. You know, like decide if it's worth my time, penny per penny. You know, and
like the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I agree with Cutest Nightmare. Kimmy takes the time to grow on you. For me, because there was such this culture around it, I liked it. I liked it right away. I watched it a bit, but then I fell out of it. And so to jump back in when they had all this like extended universe Kimmy Schmidt stuff, I was done by that point. I was like, I don't know now. I'm lost in the sauce.
I'm pretty sure I binged it beginning to end. I think it's only 4 seasons.
Yeah, it's not as long as I thought it was.
But it has a definite end. Like there's a storyline that happens. There's an arc. You know, and it's a pretty feel good ending.
Did you watch the interactive one?
Yeah,
there's like there's this interactive like choose your own adventure. They kept going after the series ended. There's a movie that stars I think John Hamm or something. Right? That's in the universe, and then there's this interactive kind of choose your own adventure on Netflix. I'm sure it's on your Netflix. Yeah, if you like the Kimmy Schmidt, I'm sure, and that's where I got lost, right? Like because that started coming out right after the end.
The other one like that for me was The Last Man on Earth. Right?
With Will Ferrell?
No, it's Will Forte.
Oh, Forte, my man. That series is good.
Yeah, it is, right? But the first couple of episodes, the first sort of season or whatever, his character is such an irredeemable twat. I'm like, I can't watch this where this guy's such a twat. And yeah, he does the odd thing, but
no, he sucks.
But they nail his growth, his character. By the end of it, I'm like, he's my best friend ever. I love him. You know,
because it's writing we don't see on well any kind of sitcoms anymore, where they used to do some growth, but growth meant an ending of something, and so now everyone wants to milk 20 seasons. Everyone wants to milk. No one expects a 6 to 7 season if they're doing something that they think is repeatable, which used to be the standard.
It's like at the end of an episode in the average sitcom, people just get back to the status quo. They go back to where they started at the beginning of the episode, you know? And yeah, all right, you know, the third or fourth time Bart Simpson encounters Sideshow Bob, they might reference, you know, oh, this is the third time you've tried to stop me, Bart, but you know, but really, it's just. It is Tom and Jerry essentially. It is, you know,
just
they had the little fight. Jerry wins. Tom goes, oh, I look like a fucking idiot. Whereas something like The Last Man on Earth, it's like it is a serialized sitcom.
Yes.
Where you know the story continues along and you know shit happens. And I can't think of many of those. Something like The Good Place, maybe.
Good Place, like not too many like big pop culture and serialized you know, that are American, because British TV does that all the time. But y'all fuck with us, and you have like a 4-episode season, and then
the standard in the UK, I believe, is 6.
yes, it is, and this
6 or 8, depending on
America now. High level is about 10. That's kind of the right, like it's lowered because you fucks. It used to be 20.
20. It used to be 26.
On a heavy, if it was very popular, like our next Jennies, we get 24, 26 series seasons, right? So, and that's something else that like I think we brush over too much as nerds who love Star Trek is Next Gen itself broke records as far as like runtime goes, as far as season series goes.
Did it?
Well, it was 7 seasons. At the time, nothing lasted. Wait, no, it was more than 7, wasn't it?
No, it was 7 seasons, but that's absolute nonsense because there were loads of things way longer than that. Loads and
in
loads.
In the 90s? What was going 10 in 96? What had 10 seasons?
You want to think of your quiz shows that have been going for 30
written
years?
No, written acted shows.
Soap operas that have been going, like Dynasty or Dallas or whatever.
I know, not daytime TV. Not daytime TV.
Well, then you're just going arbitrarily.
No, I'm going specifically primetime. It definitely was, especially with sci-fi.
It might have.
They were I don't know if it was the best, but I'm just saying it was rare. It was rare.
Shut up, Ben. Shut up. I want you to snipe me. Who's in chat, who has Google, because I don't have Google. My Google's my phone, and that's looking at me.
Yeah.
Google it. I want you to see if the Next Generation won an award for amount of episodes.
I'm not. No. Sorry.
That's what you said.
That's what I said.
You said it was an award winning for his. You did. Roll it back. Roll it back.
That's me. So what I'm sorry.
Jamie.
If I said Jamie, you bitch.
Roll it back.
Do you think Jamie? I think he's working for Joe right now. I think he's not. I think he's at Joe's place.
He's at Joe's place.
When are we moving to Austin?
Whenever you can afford to take me there, baby.
When are we moving to Austin and becoming barbecue eating, Republican toting, red, white, and blue
gun shooting.
Gun have you? I think guns are tons of fun, and they're crazy. But it's so weird, and we can't get into it, and we probably should wrap this up sometime. But how are you feeling? Yeah.
I'm chilling. Good, man. You want to chat? I'm just chilling.
Something that's like been bothering me with the like gun conversation, and obviously we won't get super deep into it, but mate,
I can't say I'm super informed on it. Like,
okay, well, let me just say this: guns are really fucking easy to get in Canada. Really easy to get. But when I say really easy, I mean I can do an online test and apply for it, and then they like check my driver's license. So for me, that's easy. But it doesn't matter because our culture isn't yeehaw, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
There's not a yeehaw guns are let me jerk off to a gun culture here, but tons of people have
celebration
guns.
Of it. Yeah.
My neighbors right now have a shit ton of rifles in their basement. They barely hunt. They love guns. I don't give a fuck because they're not out there like, I'm going to show my gun. No idiot in Canada rolls up to a Starbucks with a fucking gun on his belt. It's the culture, but we could. We goddamn could. It's relatively easy to get a concealed carry permit in Canada, but no one does it because we don't give a shit. We don't need a posture. We're not terrified to walk around because a bad guy might fucking right's a bad guy has a gun. But more guns literally means more shooting, and it's a culture thing around it, which it's just brushed over too much. Take the culture out of it. Take the patting each other on the dick for having a gun out of it, and maybe we'll kill less kids. I don't know.
Well, you said earlier on about the guy at Starbucks with like an AK strapped down his back. Yeah.
Mhm.
Things like that happen for two reasons. One is the celebration of gun ownership in America. There's a certain section of the public who celebrates the fact that they can and do own guns. You know.
Mhm.
And then there's the aspect where they think is a statement of their personality,
That's
right?
it,
Of
man.
who they are. I'm a red-blooded American, and you can tell that I'm a red-blooded American because I've got this rocket launcher strapped on my back. You know.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people in America, it is part of their identity. It is something that
And there's it's
is so much, is so ingrained in the salt of the in the basis of their own identity that's they have to show it off. It's like in America, in the Senate, a lot of fucking senators are wearing a fucking AK-47 pin little badge.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go, yeah. Fuck it. I don't care how many fucking kids have died into AK-47s. We're allowed to have them. Check out my fucking badge.
Do you know what the number one cause of death among children in the States is?
It's bullets.
Bullets, dog.
Yeah.
Fucking the number one cause of death in the United States amongst children is bullets. Are you kidding? What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? It's okay. We have a crazy high infant mortality rate. A lot of them are undernourished. A lot of them are dying from cancers. A lot of them are dying from literally not eating. But above all, it's bullets. Literally, goddamn bullets are the number one cause of death amongst children in the States, which has the largest economy on the planet and also the largest wage gap.
Now, I'm going to give you an idea, because you come from a country where there is a gun culture, but there's not the celebration of guns.
Yes.
I come from a country where we had one school shooting, right? And we had before that fairly strict gun ownership laws.
Yeah.
Right. But there was, I believe it was the Dunblane massacre. Somebody went into a school, shot up a school.
Yeah.
It was early 90s, I want to say.
Okay.
Because I was alive for it. I do remember it. And they changed the laws in the UK. And basically, you have to get you can only use a gun in the UK. At 96, there you go. You can only use a gun in the UK if it is essentially if you need one for your job, right? So you take a farmer.
Yes.
Needs to be able to shoot fox or whatever on his property, right? The police, very few police used to be armed, but now they're getting more and more armed, which I don't like.
Yeah.
Or in a shooting range, right? You could join a gun club and you could shoot a gun in the gun club, but you couldn't take the gun out, right? And we've never had a school shooting since. You know, I have seen like 3 guns in my life. One was I was part of the Air Cadets. I don't know if you have anything equivalent.
We have Air Cadets, baby. Our military is very similar to your military structure because we actually were British military for years.
A couple of my friends joined the Air Cadets.
My dad was in the Air Cadets.
Yeah, they're like, you should join the Air Cadets. Good shit. And I'm like, all right, I'll join the Air Cadets for a bit. And it was all right. I had a good time. They were good people. And yeah, I saw we had a rifle range at one time, and I can't even remember what kind of gun it was, but it was just fucking like a rifle sort of thing.
Yeah, like a a rifle. Yeah.
I didn't actually fire it. It was only other people. I saw it being demonstrated.
Mm-hmm.
I've been shot at by a shotgun by a farmer, but it was full of rice.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, as a kid, I mentioned actually I was talking about my grandparents on certain days. Me and my sister, my cousins would go to my grandparents' house, right? And my grandparents' house is like right on the edge of civilization in South Wales, right? So you get to this street, there's some houses, and then behind that there's about 400 million miles of fields, and it's all farming land. And you could just stand on this one hill and just look for miles, and it's just all fucking. And as a kid, we'd go exploring and go chatting with the sheep or the cows or whatever, or climbing in this bit, not that bit. And every now and again, the farmer would get upset and start firing rice at you, and you just basically run as fast as you can and pick bits of rice out of you later,
Jeez. Yeah.
But I've never seen a gun pointed in malice. I've never seen. I've never, I've never heard gunshots down the street. There has been in South Wales. The gun crime is rising, and there are occasionally stories where you go, some bastard outside a shop, just literally just outside a shop. I think they attacked him with a machete and a sawn-off shotgun. Yeah, no, it was some like drugs retaliation or whatever.
Always is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was another one where like, probably about 4 miles from where I am now, 3 miles from where I am now. Some drug dealer was shot with a shotgun through his window, car window, like. So
the fact that that's even on your radar instead of just in the fray, right? Like you're like, hey, I got one of these, one or two things around me, maybe.
Somebody gets killed by a gun within 100 miles, 300 miles of me. It is basically rolling news.
Oh yeah.
On a TV.
Yeah.
Somebody gets killed by a gun. It's in all the fucking papers.
And so it should be. It should be like. It should be so rare, and it should be like culturally, we should all lose our fucking minds, right? Like we should all panic when someone gets shot at.
I'm sorry. I want to ask Suck.
Yeah.
More about this, right? Because I think
Suck saying I've literally been shot at before. Yeah.
What kind of gun were you fired up by?
That's so wild.
Because again, I don't feel like being shot at with rice out of a shotgun that's like non-life threatening. It was scary at the time. I was like a teenager or whatever. Yeah, no, but I never felt like my life was gonna end necessarily. That first bang was scary, and then when you realize you're getting fucking peppered with rice, you just,
I have a couple gun stories I want to say. I also have to pee. I'm guessing you have to pee.
I also need to pee, but oh right, yeah. See, that's the sort of shit. Like, you'd think. Imagine you lived in a war zone. Like, imagine you lived in Ukraine.
Oh God, yeah.
Right, at the moment, right, and you came to me. We're both living in Ukraine, and you go, "Oh yeah, I was sitting in my bedroom the other day, and just bullets hit my bedroom. They were two sets guys, and they were shooting each other, and right." But I would be like, oh my God, man, I can understand why that happened, man. That's that's terrible. Are you all right? Did anybody get it? Blah 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 blah. Whereas with Socksack, he's just sat there, and some cunt is out there with a gun.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck you. Blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like if you were living in a war zone, I would be like, I can understand why you got bullet holes in your fucking house.
Mhm.
Living in
Yep.
a civilized country.
With the biggest
shouldn't
economy on the planet.
with the bigger, I just shouldn't be sat here thinking, well, at any moment, somebody can just take a stray rogue shot. There was a story years ago about a guy who killed his wife, right? And the way he did it was he was doing some work on the awning on his house from the outside.
Mhm.
And instead of using a drill, he was firing a gun. And the bullet went through the wall and killed his wife. I mean, this is like I said, they've got this weird sort of.
Yeah, and that sounds like shenanigans. I'm just gonna say that sounds like some horse shit. Oh, I was trying to nail. I'm just dumb and
I'm possibly.
I'm not saying one way or the other, but in my opinion, I don't know.
Oh my God! See, there we go.
Jesus, and thank you for the FYI to preface. Suck.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Good looking out.
That could have been a fucking roller coaster. That would have been.
I think you froze, but maybe if we're gonna keep potting for a second, should we take a quick break? Do you want to take shifts?
I just want to finish this one thought, and then I'm gonna go for a week. But sucks saying, but my sister has been literally shot on the way home from a football game after school. She is okay, right? Now, I don't know anybody who's been shot. I don't even know people who know people who've been shot.
Yes, you do.
Well, yeah, but
but I'm in America. Well, North America.
Yeah, is like in my life, they're not a thing.
No. And the only reason I know people that have been shot is because they were doing like, it's not
crazy shit.
It wasn't a stray. It wasn't a like. It's people I've known.
They antagonized the guy with the shotgun walking down the street looking for people to shoot.
Something.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Should we go pee? I'm gonna go pee.
You go pee. I'm gonna just stay here for a second, then we'll switch out. Because I really think we're kind of onto something. It is so wild. Got shot on the way home from a football game. No kids should be even near around. There's two things. It's drugs and guns, right? Well, three. Like obviously, adults that have nefarious intentions is the main thing. But when it comes to just kind of arbitrary items and children, it's drugs and guns. You shouldn't ever have. It should just be a no. Always. You don't sell kids drugs and you don't shoot them with guns or provide them with guns. And it's such a cultural thing because I would speculate more kids have. I don't know. No, we do know because more kids die from guns than drugs. So obviously, guns, especially in the States, are more dangerous than straight up drugs, It's wild. It's absolutely wild. I saw a Twitter post yesterday, people celebrating children being given education of using guns. Well, and that's the thing is, the culture around it isn't changing. It's not how to, make sure that this is a very safe thing and when to have and when not to have a gun. Because again, it's so culturally based, right? Like, I'm not joking when I say it is so easy to get a gun in Canada. A little harder than a couple of the states, and we don't have gun shows as popular as the states, but that's because It's a cultural thing here, and not just a health education thing, because it's not just a health education thing. It's not just an access to gun thing, but obviously that's the easiest thing to remedy to start this, to start saving your kids. It's an easy thing to remedy is access to guns. Fucking easy money, national. You got to do that on a national scale, because you can't go state per state, because then you have these idiots saying New York has the strictest gun laws in America, but kids are still getting shot. Because you don't have a wall around the state, you motherfuckers. You want to build a wall around Mexico because people are just bringing humans in to do cheap labor. You won't build a wall around a state to protect kids from guns because you're cowards and you know it's a straw man argument. It's so frustrating.
I love it when you get indignant, Ben.
I'm
tell
sorry.
you what, I'm all caught up now. When I got back, you were already mid-flow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee real quick, but I'm just, man, I'm.
You haven't peed yet. I did the whole pee. Are we doing it in shifts?
We're doing it in shifts. Have to cover
for silent? Oh no.
Well, let's start something, but like, no. I don't know, man. Like it's so frustrating. And the thing is, the reason I know our gun laws are lax isn't because my buddies are like, our gun laws are. It's because I was working at actually where I met Han. I was working at this telecommunications company. And this guy, coincidentally, his name was Ben as well. I was going off on gun laws. I was just like, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, dude, don't be stupid. Canada's gun law, it's not just that. And he really educated me. He's like, look at this. Pulls up at our work. It's not even blocked by, the work. You couldn't get on Facebook at our work, but you could get on this gun buying website. And he's like, look, I've passed this one gun test. I can get this automatic rifle mailed to my home. And yeah, I'm on a registry that I own this, but the culture is so much different. Stop. I'm going to pee. You go. I was trying to lead you into something, B. Fuck you. I got to pee.
I'm going to miss him so much. Now, my favorite thing about guns is the trigger. I'm not going to go into that anymore. I was facing that way to look at Ben, but now he's not here, so I'm going to look at you. I'm a minor internet, TV internet celebrity now. You like the stock? The stock's pretty fucking good. That's a pretty good bit. That's top 3 for me. Yeah, no, I'm not sure where, second or third. Trigger's number 1, definitely. The stock, though, I respect that choice. Probably the barrel. Barrel's pretty fucking good. Right, Ben.
Yeah.
Top 3 bits of a gun.
Trigger.
Go.
Trigger, hammer, and the what's the long dick part?
The barrel.
Barrel. Trigger. What did I say? Trigger, hammer, and barrel. Those are my shits. That's my top 3.
Good choices. Good choices.
What
I
are
respect
yours?
Those. Well, we were just discussing it in your absence, and my trigger number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt. Right. And then stock.
Mm-hmm.
It is a tie-up between stock and barrel for second and third.
Can I tell you about the first time I shot a gun?
Tell me about it.
So there I was. I think I was 8 years old. Like I was a straight up child. And we were visiting my grandpa, and he lived up north. And I live in Canada, for anyone new here. And I live in southern BC. So we went up to northern BC, it is a different world. 100% a different world. We went to visit my grandpa. I didn't grow up with guns. I think my dad might still own a 22 from when he was a kid, but his dad died when he was like 10 or something. So I'm guessing he just took whatever. He's never been a hunter, right? He just had this gun.
You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid.
Right, that kind of gun. It's just a 22, whatever. So we go up to visit my grandpa.
I want a Red Ryder BB rifle gun for Christmas. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
this was mate. This was one of those moments. We're up in Quinnell,
fucking love that
BC.
movie.
We're on a farm. We're on a big old farm that my grandpa owns, like 72 acres or something, or owned. Rest in peace. And they're like, "Hey, let's go like target shoot." So they set up all these cans. I'm a little boy, and I'm a small kid, right? I'm a small man, but I'm a small kid too. And they first hand me a loaded gun. During the introduction of how to deal with guns, I've never held a gun in my life. They immediately give an 8-year-old a gun. And the first thing they teach me, the very first thing they teach me is about the safety, which is okay, but the safety was off. And they're like, this is how you turn it on. This is how you turn it off.
Oh, no.
And that's where the demonstration ended, was this is how you turn it off. Okay, safety's off. Perfect. And my grandpa's an old boy that did old boy shit. He was a airline heavy duty mechanic. He did he owned a farm. This man had, when you talk about grindset mindset, that was his jam. He drank and he worked. That was his whole life, drinking and working, right? And he worked hard and he was good at it. And he was very smart, always educated himself, always like Farmer's Almanac. He's the guy just reading and learning all the time. But he was such a dumb asshole when it came to kids. So, and again, rest in peace. But he gives me a gun. And my dad's not a big gun guy. And this isn't his dad. It's my mom's dad. So it's his father-in-law, right? And his only son. I'm the only boy. And my dad worked a lot. So I was very, right. My sisters and mom were around a lot more. You know, I had a lot of female influence growing up. So I had a really delicate touch. And this is in the 90s as well. So
you're famous for your delicate touch and your soft, smooth, baby-like skin.
So I have a gun. So they give me a gun, and my dad knows. Don't give what the fuck, dude? Don't give. But he's looking at me. He's wanting to be proud, right? And his father-in-law's there, and I have the gun. And they're like, point it down right away. They freak out, and my grandpa puts my hand because I'm like, I have squirt guns. I've had Nerf guns.
I'm gonna kill you all, motherfuckers.
They push it down right away, and that's the time where you take the gun from the kid and then teach him, right? But they left it in my hands, safety off. Okay, it's fucking loaded. I didn't load it. They didn't teach me how to load, and that's where you start. You start teaching a kid how to load, blah blah blah, like all the safety stuff before it's loaded, not while it's loaded. So,
what kind of bullet would this have been?
It's a 22.
Sorry?
Like a 22.
Right.
It's just a 22 rifle. So the gun's it's a little big
it's still
for me.
A fucking bullet. It'll fucking hurt you.
It's the bullet to kill yourself because it rattles around your brain. It doesn't have an exit point a lot of times.
Oh no.
Yeah. So here
don't tell me that, mate.
No, you'll miss. So here we are. I have a gun in my hand, and they're teaching me how to operate the gun, right? With a fucking live round in it. These idiots. They say, and as you're learning how to...
I gotta go back. I'll miss. He's saying if I fired a shot in the side of the temple, I'd miss my brain.
Yeah, because you're British.
I'm British, so me brain's in me bumhole, innit?
Isn't it? Oh shit! No, you're Welsh. Never mind. You'll hit the mark.
There was a comedy back, not the 9 o'clock news or something like that, and it was like, yes, and this politician attempted to, Bill Clinton attempted to commit suicide on TV today by shooting himself through the top of the head, the center of the head. He missed his brain by almost 4 feet.
Yeah, I like that.
So you were talking about your gun finding.
So there I am with a loaded ass gun, safety off. Now it's been pointed down the barrel, and so the three of us 3 men, I'm an 8-year-old boy, by the way, are standing around with this barrel pointed at our feet, essentially. No one's they've explained kickback to me a bit. Then my grandpa goes, and I'll never forget this because this is one of the moments I look back and I realize the importance of a good teacher and the importance of understanding who you're teaching and what you're teaching them. It's so important. After I was swinging this around, not knowing that, like, there were so many spaces up till this point to take the gun away, unload it, and then teach me all this. There were so many opportunities for both of these men to stop this, what's about to happen. And point it down, my grandpa says, pull the hammer back. So this is a rifle where once you pull the hammer back and then you pull the trigger, you shoot something, right? It's just a simple rifle. I pull the hammer back, and he says, keep your thumb on the hammer and pull the trigger. These are the words he says to me. I will never forget it. Keep your finger on the hammer that is pulled back and locked in, and then pull the trigger. And he says, let the hammer go slowly. So he's trying to teach me how to unload the gun.
How to uncock it.
Uncock it just in case you do it. Shit, undo it. It's a loaded gun with the safety off. And so, of course, if you've ever, if you haven't shot a gun, you don't know this, but a hammer, it goes quick because it's fucking spring-loaded and needs to smack the back of it.
Yeah. So, you're what? You said 8 years old,
8 years
right?
old.
So, your tiny little baby thumb.
Yeah.
Right? You rest on it. You all right, yeah, I click it, and then I just like, but that hammer wants to go.
And it did.
Overpowers your tiny, pathetic baby. Canadian little baby
My
Ben
Lego building
thumb.
hands. My Lego building fingies. That's all they were. I put little Legos together. I played Nintendo, you know?
Yeah.
And so I almost blew all our feet off. The gun discharged.
Now, I feel like that could have started with an unloaded gun.
Yeah.
I don't think this is on you.
Thank
But
you.
I think that could have gone with a demonstration first. Right? Look, I'll do it. Look, the gun's unloaded, right? It's not going to go off. I'm just going to show you now, right? But when I do this, click, and then if I hold the trigger with the thing, it's going to want to go. Right, but you hold it back and then let it in slowly, and you've unloaded it. I think that could have gone with a demonstration.
It did. So, to be fair, it did.
Right.
It did, and they showed me, and
but they still did it with a loaded gun, and I think that's a fatal flaw.
Yeah, that's the thing. He did it, and he showed me.
In teaching children how to have a sensible and grown-up attitude towards guns, I don't think starting with a loaded gun while you're teaching them how to uncock it safely, before they know where the safety is or how to uncock it, you give it to them with bullets in it.
It was beautiful. It's the most unhinged, insane thing my family's ever done.
I feel like you should work up to loading the gun.
Yes. And the thing is, I just remember specifically because the gun went off, and I'm really auditorily sensitive. Some, undiagnosed some kind of spectrum on some kind of spectrum somewhere. But so immediately the gun goes off, and I just have a fucking break. Like I'm sitting there, like, oh my grandpa. As if I'd be able to load it again, or even cock the hammer. He jumps in.
Wait, did they only put in one bullet then?
Well, but it was one of those rifles where you'd have to cock it again, and
right.
But he jumps in, as if he's like, oh, now I realize all my mistakes, and he rips it. I remember just ripping it out of my hands. So not only am I like, I almost just killed my whole family, now it's so obvious I did, and I'm just trying not to break down because I'm with the boys, right? They came to show the one boy how to shoot shit. The sisters got left behind. I've never been this, like, had this responsibility in my life. This is one of the first times, so I've been recognized by these men, these patriarchs, and they're like, oh, one day you'll run the family, let's do it. And I almost shoot their feet off. There's a big hole in the ground. Grandpa rips the thing out of my hands. We redo this all. I shoot once or twice, and then they give me a BB gun. You know, it was so horrendous and so horrible.
Now, I've got an equivalent story which doesn't involve a gun.
Ooh.
So I must have been, I'm going to say 5, 6 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather is in my living room with my mother. My grandfather was quite the handy man. Right. All right, yeah, we need this done. I'll drill that in.
Oh no, we might have lost B.
5, 6-year-old.
Oh, sorry,
kid.
you cut out for a second.
Oh, did I? What was the last thing I said?
And then we got picked up on 5 or 6
Oh my god, I can see it. I'm frozen. Ah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That happened earlier on, by the way, but I didn't draw attention to it. What was I saying?
You just said and then it chimed back in at 5 or 6 years old. So I'm not sure what the descriptor was.
Right. So my grandfather was there to fix something in the house. He's a bit of a handyman.
Sure.
And he had all his tools there, and I'm a little 5, 6-year-old interested little curious little kid. I'm having a look at his tools.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this one, right, and there's this stick, right, with this like big fucking drill on the end, right?
Yeah, like a
big
drill bit. Yeah.
Like a big fucking drill bit. It's gotta be sort of 4, 6 inches long.
Yep.
Right, big long drill bit. And I'm looking at this thing. Oh wow, this is cool. Like I'm looking down the barrel of this drill bit. Now, apparently, this is something called, I think it's called a torque drill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you sort of, you load it, you pull it back like that, and then you push a fucking thing, and it goes zip like that, and it shoots this fucking drill bit out. And then you can push it down again.
Yeah.
And you go zip. It's a torque drill.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And I'm looking down this torque drill, and I'm fucking around with it. You know, as a 5, 6. My granddad, right? My bamps, he fucking jumped right. What are you fucking doing? Look at what it does. And he goes like that. He goes, this fucking drill bit. And I'm like, oh my god, I could have died. Oh my god.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
We froze again.
Yeah, you're good. I hear your voice. Again. There we go. We caught up.
Now I got a feeling, right? My internet's been breaking today. It might be my router.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up in a few minutes.
Yeah, I've been having problems, but I love you, Ben. Though, Ben,
I love you too.
I'm really glad I didn't kill myself with a torque drill when I was 6, because now I get to talk to you. Right.
Yeah.
That it all led to this, Ben, to this moment. Every decision, everything we've done, all the grinding, the grind set, the mindset, or
yeah,
all of that shit has led to this fucking moment.
You're goddamn right. And you know what? I want to ask you. Can you hear this?
Yeah, I can. Wait. No, I can't hear it.
Okay, that's fine. Can you?
It's all your. Ooh.
No, that's fine. B, let's wrap it up. Let's get to this Friday. Let's get to this weekend. Let's let the people enjoy their weekend. Any last? So yeah. I do want to say and then please jump in. But I do want to leave everyone with first of all, thank you so much for hanging out today. B, thank you for being amazing. And guys, I love you too.
Hug me.
And God damn it, one day.
Oh my God, that
Show
kind of
you the
counts.
world.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering,
splendid.
Yeah.
One day we'll figure out the latency.
Yeah, no.
But guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. And really, we do meme on a lot of this stuff. And I know Grindset Mindset we are memeing on today, but I hope we showed that we were memeing on what I think is the toxic parts of working really hard. And I don't want to say don't fucking work hard, because that's insane. We do that every day, and I appreciate people that do that.
Number one Grindset Mindset guy knew how to have a day off. My God, as his time off. God, who I definitely believe in.
Yeah.
He's
and we're gonna go. We're gonna line up to raid our dear friend who raided us yesterday, Toggen Dog. But B, as we do that, and guys, please stick with us through this raid. Any final words for the folks at home?
Yes. Here are my final words to the folks at home. Give us money. Give me your money. Yum 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 yum. Just send me money. If you, I'll send you a pic. I'll show you my tattoo if you send us money. Give me the money. Also follow me on Twitter, which is @bestbfacts.
Yeah.
And you can give me money through that as well. Give me the money.
Can we give you money through Best BFacts?
I activated. It's stupid, right? Because Belton, Elon Musk or whatever.
Yeah. No fucking way you froze just now. There's no way. There we go.
No, I froze. Yeah. So, Elon Musk turned on the thing. You could pull it like a little tip jar. You can give me money. You give me money. You could do it on Twitter. You could push a button and give me money. I would like some because I have no money.
Give our man B money, and B, let's figure out a merch collab.
A money making scam. We need to
merch collab.
We need to start selling beer to right wingers, or you know how they were pissed off about M&Ms, right? We need to make right wing M&Ms and sell them for like $30 a fucking packet of M&Ms, because they'll buy it. They'll buy it to own the lids.
M&Ms with a really long skirt past the ankles.
Right? We really need to get rid of our sense of shame.
Okay, guys, we're out of here in 10 seconds. B, I love you, mate. Right. I'll see you this week.
Give me money. Give me all the money. I'd right wing, left wing.